Right, so here we are. Heading back, I'm gonna walk the long way around because my gym buddy gave me a lift. I kind of missed out on some of my steps, so I'm gonna take the long way round. So I can hit my 8,000 steps for the morning. Right, so anyways, I posted last Saturday about the guy at the gym who I was reliably told was in the steam room telling people that I'm delusional, that I'm in the sauna. So not only was he telling people that I'm delusional, he's telling them where to find me. So anyway, good morning. How are you? Hey, doggy. Right. So not only was he telling people that I'm delusional, he's like the barker at the circus telling them where they can find me. Roll up. She's in the sauna. So anyways, I tell people I'm openly wicked, right? So I had two ways that I was gonna go about dealing with him, but both ways relied on having an audience. And the reason why an audience is because he said what he said about me in front of an audience. So I'm the type I don't, because I don't really have a high regard for human beings. I think the majority are dumb. And I'm not wrong in saying that. It's not my opinion, it's a fact. Right? So I don't really have high regard for human beings anyway. So it would be, well, I'd be an idiot really if I would be wounded by an idiot. I would be the bigger idiot, in fact. Right, so jumping forward to the scene of the showdown. In fact, I was gonna go to the gym later on in the day because today, tomorrow are not exercise days. They're just days where I stretch and prepare myself for the week ahead, exercise-wise. So, anyways, I digress. Right, so I specifically turned up early, knowing that this is the time of day that he would be there. So I was in the sauna at the time. I did part of my stretching routine, and then I went in the sauna to do my face with bicarbonate of soda and a charcoal 3-in-1 face mask wash scrub. So I saw him walk past, and I thought he was going towards a cold shower, so I'm in the sauna waiting for him. But I waited, and he didn't show up, so I went and met him in the steam room. And I walked in, and he was sort of like sitting to the left as I walked through the door, so I tapped him on the shoulder, and he was talking to a woman, and I said to him, I heard that you were in here telling people that I'm delusional. I was surprised by his reaction. He wasn't flustered. He just denied it and denied it and denied it. So I said I was reliably told by Debbie. There are at least 3 Debbies that I know at the gym. So the reason I said Debbie is so that he knows there's a name. I'm not just saying that somebody said it. I'm giving him a name, and still he denied it. He even ventured to say he wasn't there on Saturday. So I said to him, you're a liar. You are lying. But I said it in such a way that I was mocking rather than like being angry or, like I had hard feelings, because there are no hard feelings. Like I said, you can't take hard feelings when you're dealing with an idiot. So that said, he was still there chatting to the woman, and I kept making comments like so I was doing my forward fold where I sit and I stretch flat with my shins, with my face to my shins, and I said to her, when you get to 30, you're not supposed to be able to do this. And I asked him how old he is. He's 55, he said. And I said, you need to spend more time in the gym and less time talking. Because he was telling her all about his health problems, about how he lost 4 good teeth because the dentist told him to take them out or something. I don't know. And I said, well, I don't have any feelings, and but that's because I know how to look after myself. So I was just winding him up, kind of, and he was still in denial. So I said, you come here for your mental health, or so you say. I said, what I'm saying to you isn't very good for your mental health, is it? And that and other things I said to him. So as I was leaving, I saw Debbie in the pool. so so she was she was swimming up to my end. So we chatted and had a laugh, and I said, would you believe he's saying that he wasn't even here last week? Right. So anybody who was in the steam room, like there was a man in there. His wife is a Liverpool fan, so sometimes we have banter. And so he's sitting there. He was there last week, and he would have known that he was there. So, but it was funny because everybody was just sitting there quiet. And when I say funny, I mean funny in a disturbing kind of way, because this is the society in which we live, and this is why it's overrun by the type of people who in times past would have been locked up in asylums, because people have learned to keep their mouth shut. So really, I would say that the reason why I said what I said to him was purely for experimentation, because sometimes I treat humans like lab rats, just to test reactions. So I said to him also that sometimes I will say things to people like you, meaning him, because I know that you're going to take it and broadcast it, and then at some point in time you will end up looking foolish, right? So I do that sometimes, because because it's necessary. So I'll give you an example. It's like when I did Supersize versus Super Skinny, one of the comments that someone put on I think it's on a blog or something, because I had my toenails painted black, because black goes with everything. And this person, actually a woman, said to the effect, no wonder she's painted her toenails black, because they're probably rotten underneath. Right, so that was 18 years ago. So imagine if 18 years ago I'm laughing at something like that. Being into personal and self-development of the mind, the body, and the spirit, imagine how much more disciplined and how much stronger and how much, I would say, how much more I've surpassed your regular human being, to the extent that things that would wound others I find comical. I told him that I posted on Facebook, and he said he doesn't live his life for people, so he doesn't care. I said, you do care, because there are people who know you who are on Facebook. And the thing is, people talk about him. There's one Jamaican guy who stormed out of the sauna a few weeks ago. Rather than telling him to shut up, he stormed out because he was in there for peace and quiet, and this guy just comes there to chat, because clearly he doesn't have a life. So I am the kind of person, I will say horrible things to you regardless of your mental health if you start it first. And besides, I'm not responsible for anybody's mental health. I'm responsible for mine. So I also said to him that he's not the first person to call me delusional. And I said in the presence of everybody that my niece, who has two children by two different men, told me that I'm delusional and that everybody else in the family is success. Everybody in the family is successful except me. So I said, I told him that in the presence of everybody, and I said, for me, that is content. I take it and I will go back and make a video or post it on social media somewhere. And I didn't say what the purpose of that is, because one does not jump the gun, as it were, right? So obviously there are things that I'm in the process of doing, but I like to put things out there ahead of time, such as people telling me that I'm delusional, so that when things manifest, as they will, um, it will be utter shame and embarrassment for them. Not because I care, but because, as I've said openly, I'm wicked, right? But I don't go around being wicked to people. I mean, if you put yourself in the arena with the lion, don't expect the lion to consider your feelings and emotions. The lion is going to eat you, right? So I am that lion, and that's what I did. The steam room being the arena, and I enjoyed it. So I'm sure, even though he lied, as I said to Debbie, he knows the truth. He knows how he's gonna feel when he gets home and is left to absorb his feelings, right? And that's my job done for the day. So now I'm taking the long route round so I can, as I said, hit my 8,000 steps and then back to work. Right, so take the lesson and learn it. If you're a bit touchy about your feelings and emotions, make sure you keep your mouth shut about people, because you might encounter somebody like me who doesn't have regard for them. All right, take care. Enjoy your day. Bye.